What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City video, where today we're going to be starting part 1 of 4 of my series running Manchester City loan reports for the 2024-2025 season. In today's video we're going to be covering Couto, Will Dixon, Mahamadou Susoho, Mbete and Callum Doyle. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including, do you reckon we will see Callum Doyle around the Manchester City first team squad next season? Or if not, where do you think he's going to end up and what are Manchester City going to do about the Callum Doyle situation? Do let me know in the comments below. Finally, I'd say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. SofaScore are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores from around the ground, including all the latest match information, along with the latest statistics, team news, and so much more. Not just limited to football scores and information. It's got you guys covered with all the sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. It's very highly rated. It is free to download, and anyone that does download using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So let's crack on with loan report number 1. We're going to speak first about Couto, the 22-year-old Brazilian right back on loan at Borussia Dortmund. Now, he's made 17 appearances in the Bundesliga in Germany so far this season with no goals or assists. He's featured in 32% of all minutes available to him this season, and I think he's predominantly right now seen as a squad player at Borussia Dortmund. Now, his loan deal does include an obligation to buy for £25 million. The clauses as part of that obligation have been met, so it does mean from June 30th of this year, Couto will no longer be a Manchester City player. On July 1st, 2025, he will formally be a Borussia Dortmund player, so I won't be able to cover him in any more loan reports. Unfortunately, I've been covering Jan for the last few years, but it does mean that he's going to go and leave Manchester City on a permanent basis, and he's going to go and join Borussia Dortmund instead. And I'm going to wish him the very best of luck. He's a great player with bags of potential, and I'm sure Borussia Dortmund will develop Couto into a wonderful, wonderful football player. So moving on, I want to speak about Will Dixon, the 20-year-old English forward on loan at Motherwell in Scotland, currently playing in the SPFL. That's the top division in Scotland. Now, he joined them on February 1st of this year. He's made just 1 appearance so far this season with no goals or assists, and is featured in just 3% of all available minutes. Now, he's very much seen as a player that's, when they've signed him, as a rotated option, a squad player. Hopefully he'll be able to get some more minutes between now and the end of the season with Motherwell, but I do imagine with Manchester City sanctioning the loan of Will Dixon in the January transfer window, even though the deal was done on February 1st, I imagine that City will be having a look at him potentially being loaned out again next season. If not, then he'll return back to the academy and spend some time with the elite development squad, the EDS, currently down his contract at Manchester City until June of 2027, so still plenty of time for Manchester City to decide on what they want to do next for the career of Will Dixon. Now, moving on, we've got the latest on Mahamadou Susoho, the 20-year-old Spanish defensive midfielder on loan at Peterborough United in League One in England. That's the 3rd tier of English football here. He's made 10 appearances in League One so far with 1 goal and 0 assists. He's featured in just 12% of all available minutes to him, and to me, very much the same situation as Will Dixon, where we're seeing another loan player by Manchester City being used as very much a squad rotated option to make up the numbers in other teams' squads, which is all valuable experience. He gets used to what it's like being away from some of the biggest and best facilities in the world, and it allows you to really mature as a player. A useful bit of experience there for Mahamadou Susoho. So there's no details on how long he's left on his Manchester City City contract. So if his contract is up, I can't imagine City will put Susoho on a new deal. But if his contract isn't up this summer, then I imagine Man City will want to either try and utilise him with another loan, potentially may even look towards a permanent sale. If they're not looking towards that and you want to keep them around the academy, they'll go into the elite development squad or be training around the Manchester City first team squad, which Susoho has done before, so obviously a highly rated player. We'll see what the future does hold for him. Now moving on, we've got the latest on Mbete, the 21-year-old English centre-back on loan at Northampton Town in League One in England. Looked tidy for City in pre-season in my opinion, but he's gone back out on loan into League One. He's struggled in League One before with Bolton Wanderers, this time spending the season out on loan at Northampton Town. He's made just 6 appearances for them so far this season with no goals or assists. He's played 15% of all available minutes to him. His contract also expires in the summer of 2027, and I can imagine Manchester City will want to get him on loan again next season. But he struggled at Bolton, struggling to get minutes at Northampton, so if League One isn't the league for him, I wonder if Manchester City may look towards regular first team football for him and maybe look to drop him down a division and go into the 4th tier of English football and look towards League 2 instead. We'll wait and see. Now moving on to the final player I want to speak about in today's loan report, I want to speak about Callum Doyle, the 21-year-old English centre-back on loan at Norwich City in the Championship. Made 36 appearances so far this season with 1 goal and 7 assists. Played in 95% of all available minutes to him so far this season. He has had a couple of loans before in the Championship, so he's very much a solid Championship player now, as you can see from the amount of minutes and games that he's going, which is helping him to really progress as a football player. Now, I have been told by some Norwich City fans, I have spoke to some about how Callum Doyle is doing, and they have said he's a player that's got bags of potential and he's shown glimpses of that potential, but he's also a young player, a raw player who does make some mistakes. So for me, we're looking here, we're heading towards this summer being massive for Callum Doyle, because at the moment, according to transfermarket.com, his value is at £15 million. So I think selling him could be a big option here, and put some clauses on there, including a sell-on fee and a potential buyback. If we are looking towards loaning him, I don't see loaning him again into the Championship is going to benefit him in any way whatsoever. He's done the Championship, he's a solid Championship player, and the only way we're going to realise if he's a good Premier League player or not is to loan him to a Premier League club. Now, getting teams that are willing to give players on loan minutes becomes quite difficult, which is where a permanent sale would be easier to achieve than a potential loan. So we may look, if we do want to loan him, maybe towards loaning him outside of England somewhere abroad, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if Manchester City seek towards the permanent transfer and get some clauses included on that deal. Now, he is homegrown, and he's homegrown by the club, which could be pivotal for Manchester City, because we have homegrown quota to meet both players produced in England and also players who were produced in the Manchester City Academy, like Callum Doyle is. So I'm wondering if Manchester City potentially, if they want to clear up some space in their squad, so that's potentially a Simpson Pussy, for example, goes out on loan, or maybe James McAtee decides that his time at Manchester City is done, opens up a space for a homegrown player by the club to come into the squad, and someone like Callum Doyle, who's having a very good season in the Championship with Norwich City, could be that player that comes in and spends at least 12 months around the first team squad. I'd certainly, before I make any decision, give him pre-season. Let him go to the Club World Cup, let him train around the first team squad, let Pep Guardiola have a good look at him and his staff, and see him make a decision from there when it gets to the end of July into August. But this summer, crucial with what Manchester City want to do with Callum Doyle, and of obviously making the title of my video and the picture into the thumbnail as well. What are Manchester City going to do with Callum Doyle? Let me know what you would do in the comments below. So that has been today's loan report. I'll be back again tomorrow for loan report number 2. That'll be part 2 of 4 in the series, where tomorrow we'll be covering and having a look at Joel Ndala, Jacob Wright, Finley Burns, Calvin Phillips and Maximo Perrone. So do stay tuned for that. So if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a thumbs up. It lets me know that you are enjoying the video. Do also leave your thoughts in the comments below. What should Manchester City do with Callum Doyle? Do let me know in the comments comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. And I'll see you all again tomorrow for loan report number 2. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.